and welcome to the match number 34 of the Arabian Cricket League 2024, and it's another game coming our way. A big game. It's going to be the Vision Shipping taking on the Dubai Wanderers. Without wasting further time, let's go out to the centre where I was with the captains for the toss. Hello and welcome to match number 34 of the ICCA Arabian Cricket League 2024, brought to you live and exclusive from this beautiful venue here at the ICCA Academy over the grounds, and it's another exciting encounter coming your way. It's going to be the Vision Shipping taking on the Dubai Wanderers, and to my left I've got the men that matter. I've got Mr. Umar Arshad, skipper of the Vision Shipping, and I've also got Mr. Danny Pawson, skipper of the Wanderers, and also Mr. Tesim Javed, the match referee. It's going to be Mr. Umar Arshad who will be flipping the coin. Here's the call. Vision won the toss. Well, you won the toss. What have you decided to do?
We will ball first.
Any particular reason behind it?
We are going with the same momentum, with the same exercise we done in last 3 games. Yes, we played the 3 games. We ball first. We won the toss and the ball first. Yeah, we want to go with the same momentum.
How's the playing 11 today?
We have one change only. Jawad Ghani gets in. He is playing today.
Brilliant. All the best and go well for the game.
Thank you very much.
Danny, you lost the toss, but what would have you done had you won it?
I probably would have bowled as well, but not too disappointed, to be honest. Used wicket, so we'll see how it goes.
How is your playing 11 today?
Just 4 changes today, unfortunately, from the quick changeover from Tuesday, so hopefully the team can gel together quite nicely tonight.
Had a horrid game the previous one. What's the plan now bouncing back here tonight?
I mean, it wasn't too horrid. I mean, give credit to Carwan, they are one of the best teams in the country, and we know we're up against it tonight, so we're obviously going to do everything that we can to come away with the victory.
Brilliant. All the best and best of luck. Well, there you have it. The Vision Shipping winning the toss, and they've elected to bowl first. Well, so there you have it. The TVSL winning the toss and electing to field first. This is going to be an exciting encounter coming your way. So this is the playing 11 for both teams. Good to see Jack Luffman, the chairman of the Wanderers, back in the playing 11 with Kobe Hurft right at the top. Salik Shah, the exciting batter, right at the top as well. Will Parkinson in the playing 11, Aaron Wright. And the Vision Shipping, Jawad Ghani, Ubaidullah Chowdhury, Saqib Mahmood, Zishan Abid, Ali Abid, Nasir Faraz, Shabaz Ali, Umar Arshad, Ikram Janjua, Sajad Maluk, and Falak Noor Muhammad Sadiq. Well, so we're just about to start. We're all set and done. It's going to be Saqib Mahmood to open the proceedings with the ball for the Vision Shipping. And it's going to be the chairman of the Wanderers opening the batting, Jack Luffman, along with Kobe Hurft. So here we go, just about to start off ball 1. So here we go, ball number 1 of match number 34 underway. And down the leg side, and got a bit of pad. And dot ball start up with. Jack Luffman. Like I said, he's right now working with the Desert Vipers as well for the ILT 20. Jack Luffman, he is there as an official of the ILT 20 and also the chairman of the Dubai Wanderers. Good to see him in the playing 11. That was a good delivery that swung into the left-hander. Was very kind enough to join me in the comm box a few days ago, Jack Luffman. Good to see him there in the playing colours. That would have struck him on the guard, would have been, certainly does take the wind out of you. Oh, that's down the leg side. Saqib Mahmood is asking the umpire for a wide and he's got it. Well, that was rather cheeky, I'd say. That was, maybe he would have heard a sound of the bat hitting the pad. Jack Luffman. He's a thorough gentleman, Jack Luffman. Very nice. Very friendly. He's now got an opportunity to get some performance with the bat here for the Wanderers. Nice, he played there with a straight bat, an opportunity, a direct hit, and it's gone. Well, that was disaster here. The Wanderers losing their wicket very early on, and it is Jack Luffman, their chairman, who has to depart. Oh, he was nowhere in the picture. Well, disastrous start here for the Wanderers. Lose their first wicket of the very second ball. Jack Luffman departs without troubling the scorers. Wanderers 1 for 1. So new batter is Ethan D'Souza. Well, what was that? That was a wide throw. So Kobe Huft is off the mark straight away, walking in at number 3. Oh, I beg your pardon. Kobe Hurt was the opening batter. In fact, Ethan D'Souza has just walked into bat. Ethan D'Souza is also a very, very good player. Good to see him back in the Wanderers, the colours. That's a good looking shot. Once again, very, very technically correct batter, Ethan D'Souza. Saqib Mahmood usually does get the ball to swing around early on with the new ball. And mind you, the Wanderers are taking on one of the top teams in the domestic circuit here in the UAE, the Vision Shipping. Well, there's nothing to say because a few days ago, they did overcome the might of the 7 districts. Another very top team. We'll talk about more in the next over. First over done, 2 for 1. So Kobe Huft is on strike and he's going to be going up against Jawad Ghani, who's going to be opening the proceedings with the ball for the Vision Shipping from the school end. It was a very good start there in the previous over by Saqib Mahmood, just giving away 2 runs and picking up a wicket as well. Nicely played there off the back foot, a single down to the covers. We were just talking about that game the Wanderers played against the 7 districts. It was an exciting finish. It went down all the way down to the last ball. Some tempers being flared there as well, right there towards the end. Full of action. And the Wanderers somehow managing to keep their nerve to get off the line. It's a wide. And straight away, against the Karwan CC, the Wanderers had a reality check. They were all out for 69. So today, they would certainly be out to prove a point to their detractors. They're a much better team than that. Nicely played there this time. And they found the gap that's running away to the boundaries. It's going to be the first boundary for the Wanderers. Yes, it is. First runs, first boundary. And it's come off Ethan D'Souza's bat. And what a way to get off the mark. A solid cover drive. Good looking shot. Great balance. And very nicely played. That would certainly give him a world of confidence, Ethan D'Souza. In 2 overs. And very close indeed. Umpire might go upstairs to check. And in fact he does. That did look closer than it seems. But I feel that maybe he may be safe here in this occasion. Ethan D'Souza and Kobe Hurft. They'll want a partnership here for the Wanderers. 6 for no loss. In fact, 8 for 1. Was it just got a confirmation from the third umpire? It was being given not out. So 10 for 1. Do get that couple of runs as well. Oh, good delivery. Very good delivery from Jawad Ghani. This time bowling it across the left-hander. Gets a bit of movement in the air as well. Jawad Ghani. Good to see him in the TVS colours, Jawad Ghani. The Vision Shipping, they certainly do boast a pool of some very, very exciting cricketers. Oh, this is in the air. And it's in the gap behind square for a boundary on the leg side. Ethan D'Souza gets his second boundary. He moves on to 10 of 6 now. Very well played. Was in full control. Made sure that he intentionally placed that behind square because there was a fielder at deep square on the leg side. So expensive over here for Jawad Ghani. 12 runs coming so far. He's just got one more ball to go in the over. Oh, that's gonna sting a bit on the rib cage. Nevertheless, a good over for the Wanderers. 2 overs done. It's 14 for 1. Saqib Mahmood continuing his second over. 14 for 1. The Vision Shipping, they'll look to get some early wickets early on, especially inside the power play overs. Try and limit the Wanderers' charge. They will be quite aware of the fact that the Vision Shipping are a very, very good side and they want to get some runs here early on. I'm surprised that the skipper Danny Pawson, who usually bats at number 3, perhaps their best batsman, the best batter in the playing 11, along with I'd say which Salik Shah, has not walked into bat at number 3, so maybe might come in next. But Ethan D'Souza, good to see him in the playing 11, and Kobe Hurft will also look to get some runs here tonight. A nicely good looking shot there. Kobe Hurft looks a very good technically correct batter. (14 for 1 in 2.3 overs). It's been a good start here by the Vision Shipping so far. Kept things nice and tight. They've not given too much for the batters to freeze arms with. But Ethan D'Souza, he's a class player. When he certainly gets in, he can certainly go for a very big knock. Oh, nicely played there with the back foot. So once again, this turning out to be a brilliant over. Saqib Mahmood, 1.4 overs. He's just given away 2 runs. These first 4 balls of this over have all been dot balls. We hardly do witness maidens in this format, the T20 or the T10 format. Is this gonna be one of them? Two slips in waiting. Outside off stump. This time played straight down to sweeper cover. And I guess I've jinxed it. Saqib Mahmood getting a maiden. But nevertheless, it's been a very good over so far. Just 1 run of it. Saqib Mahmood, the captain of the Vision Shipping, leading from the front with the ball. Down the leg side. Sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge for a bowler when you're going up against the left hand right hand combination. It can be quite difficult to keep changing your lengths and your line every time the left hand right hand combination keeps changing. That would have been a perfect delivery for a right hander, but well, nevertheless, Saqib Mahmood's bowled a very, very good spell of first 2 overs here. Nice delivery there, just outside off this time. An opportunity of a run out. Well, so 3 overs done. It's 17 for 1. So 17 for 1, 3 overs done and dusted. Once again a fuller delivery this time. thinking of a second, but then they finally decide against it. (18 for 1). Jawad Ghani had an expensive first over, but he can take a breather because his captain on the other hand, on the other end, has bowled extremely well, very economical. 2 overs, none for 5. So Kobe Heft on strike now, 3 runs off 7 balls. It's been a slow start here by Kobe Heft. 3 runs of 8 balls. Ethan D'Souza on the other hand going at 12 of 9. The Wanderers, they will be quite wary of the fact that they need to get at least to that 180 mark if they are to challenge a team like the Vision Shipping. Oh, nicely played on the back foot once again. Good looking shots. Kobe Huff reminds me of Marwan Athapattu of Sri Lanka in the early days of his career. He used to be technically very sound, beautiful off the front and back foot, but every shot he plays used to go straight to the field. Just like that. But then again, a few years down the line, he became an absolute run machine for Sri Lanka over the next 15 years. 6 ducks at the start of his career, ended up with 8 double centuries for Sri Lanka. So certainly, be technically correct, you will have a strong base for your career. This has been a good over by Jawad Ghani. 5 dots after that single of the first ball. Oh, that's a good looking shot, but once again finds the fielder. So Jawad Ghani completes his second, a good over. A very good over, in fact. Just 1 run of that. 4 overs done. It's 18 for 1, a slow start for the Wanderers. So Ubaidullah into the attack. Starts off with a wide down the offside. A loosener perhaps. Well, mind you, the previous game, the Fly Emirates and the Ali Farmer finished a little late. So the players for this game, they had a very short turnaround time for their stretchings. Oh, that's down the leg side. A very good take there by Umar Arshad. Was certainly flying to his right side. Saved a certain 4 boundary runs, 4 extras. So Ubaidullah, couple of looseness. He's got to make sure that he gets his lines and length right here. Going up against a batter like Ethan D'Souza, you do not want to give him too much of time to settle down. He can certainly hurt you pretty bad. Nicely flicked off the pads, but there is a fielder there charging in from square leg. A very good throw to the bowler's end, but that does not stop them from getting a couple of runs. Good running here. So practically they've got 4 runs of the first ball of Ubaidullah's spell after those 2 wides initially. So 22 for 1, 4.1 overs. Very slow start for the Wanderers. They certainly do have the gas in the tank. That's a good looking shot. Over the fielder. As easy as you like. Gets a boundary. The ball, more often than not, wins the race when it passes the 30-yard circle. Good looking shot there by Ethan D'Souza. (26 for 1) now. Ethan D'Souza moves on to 18. Oh, that's a good delivery. So Ethan D'Souza is certainly somebody who has a lot of credentials behind him. Represented the UAE under 19. So certainly very talented, very skilled, has a good future ahead. Just 17 years of age, Ethan D'Souza. Very much a player to watch out for the senior UAE national team. Oh, this time flicked out the pads and a very good catch there. Nasir Faraz does not miss too many on the field. He did miss a couple of catches in the previous game, but he's somebody who's as safe as a house when it comes to taking catches. Once again proves it. Diving across, falling full length in front, and co-behalved after a horrid stay at the middle. 3 runs of 13 balls, has to depart, and Ubaidullah strikes. Second wicket down for the Wanderers, 27 for 2. Sadiq Shah, the new batter, at number 4. So still no signs of Danny Pawson, but Sadiq Shah is equally a very good batter. So have a look at the replay of that dismissal. Flicking off the pads, getting it on the full. But unfortunately, he balloons it straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. Comes down the track and look at that swing. That just swung profusely away from the right-hander. But after going for a few runs early on in the over, it's been a good comeback by Ubaidullah. After 5 overs, the Wanderers 27 for 2. So there's a change in the bowling. Last over the power play, it's going to be Falak Noor. And starts off with a wide delivery down the leg side. 4 extra runs. And in fact make that 5. 5 wides down the leg side. A disastrous start here for Falak Noor. Certainly could be feeling a bit of pressure. Did swing. But the poor wicket keeper Umar Arshad, well, even if he had his flying suit on, he would not have been able to reach it. Nicely played there. So crucial 5 deliveries in the power play coming up. The Vision Shipping have done extremely well up to this point. They've got to make sure that they finish these power play overs strong. Ethan D'Souza, 18 of 13. He's got the start. He's got to go and make a big one here for the Wanderers. An opportunity, direct hit. Would have been quite interesting. He was on the back foot. Salik Shah was already on the striker's end. He was ball watching. And Nasir Faraz made the right call to go to the bowler's end, but there you see, if that was a direct hit, he was gone for all money. Ethan D'Souza. That's going to be called another wide. So Falak Noor is certainly struggling out there with his lines and lengths. Especially once again another left hand right hand combination. The Wanderers certainly do have that variety in their batting. A lot of left handers in the top order. That can certainly be very, very unsettling for the opposition when you have too many left hand right hand combinations. That was a good delivery from Falak Noor. Very tall, perhaps maybe 5'10", 5'11", and off the good length that just took off. Umar Arshad was lucky to get a hand onto that because he carried it, basically intercepted it over his head. Beaten for pace there, Salik Shah. A very late call by the umpire. He had a good long thought about it before making the call. He also did receive the death stare from Salik Shah of why that was not called a wide. And eventually he found it his way. Three more balls to go in the power play. Oh, very good comeback. If not for these extras and the wides being given by Falak Noor, he's bowled magnificently. He's certainly finding a lot of movement off the seam, off the pitch. He's certainly swinging it. This is what this pitch here at the ICCA Academy offers. It has a little bit of everything. Has value for shots for batters. Can swing the ball for fast bowlers. There's a bit of spin for spinners. Oh, and there's he gone. Goodness gracious. Salik Shah. A big, big wicket it is. Well, he's been rewarded for some very, very good line and length bowling by this Falak Noor. Salik Shah, unfortunately, doesn't trouble the scorers. The Wanderers are in a spot of bother. Great catch there by Sajjad Maluk. Salik Shah gone for a duck. It's 35 for 3. Good delivery there. Falak Noor, a successful over. Not for those wides. Would have been a brilliant one. 6 overs done. Power play overs done and dusted. 35 for 3. So Ubaidullah continues. New batter in is Danny Pawson. He's finally walked out to bat at number 5. He's been in very good form here, Danny Pawson, in the tournament. One of the top run getters in the leaderboard. He'll need another performance here tonight. Oh, that's a good delivery. That was sliding down the leg side on the occasion. Ubaidullah bowling it a little wide of the crease. Yeah, and that was also with that angle. There is no way that you can get a leg before. It all comes down to these two, isn't it? Danny Pawson and Ethan D'Souza, two very, very established batters in their own rights. A job to do for their team. That was a wide delivery outside the pitch almost. He was lucky that that was not called a no ball. Still some batting to come for the Wanderers. Abdullah Khayani yet to come into bat. So is the big man, Clint Birkinshaw. I beg your pardon, Clint Birkinshaw not playing today, along with Abdullah Khayani. Still they've got a bit of gas left in the tank. Oh, gets an outside edge. That's flying away down to the deep third for a single. Danny Pawson, he's not gonna mind. He's off the mark. In fact, the edge was from Ethan D'Souza, so Danny Pawson is now on strike, 39 for 3. Field has also been spreaded. Played off the pads nicely. Thinking of a second, and they get it with ease. So a deep fine leg, a deep square. There's a long on and a sweeper cover on the offside. I've also got a deep third. The 5 fielders on the boundary line for the vision shipping. Last ball of the 7th. Oh, that's going to be called a wide. Ubaidullah has certainly bowled more wides than the number of balls he's bowled in his spell. So 42 for 3. Last ball of the 7th here. Dot ball to end the over. So the extra ball has not costed the vision shipping too much. 7 overs done. 42 for 3. So Falak Noor continuing. He's bowled quite well, apart from that start where he gave a few extras. He's been swinging the ball quite a lot. I'm sure it must be in the minds of the batters. They will be considering how they're going to cope up against this quality fast bowling attack of the vision shipping. Mind you, Shabaz Ali yet to come into bowl. One of the top performers. Shabaz Ali was absolutely magnificent the other day. It'll be very interesting to see how he goes about it. Usually comes in the back end, in the second half of the innings with the ball. Nicely played there, but straight to the fielder. Danny Pawson. He will certainly be eyeing a big innings tonight. His team is in a complete level of disarray. He'll want to come to the forefront here. Play a captain's knock, as he so often does. Danny Pawson. Oh, good delivery. Very good delivery. But in fact, it's been called a wide, so maybe it was above the height. And it's been called one for the over. Danny Pawson certainly will be making a case for himself, even in the domestic circuit here in the UAE. Is one of the prolific run scorers of the UAE domestic circuit, Danny Pawson. Nice looking shot there down the ground. Gets a single. .45 for 3, 7.4 overs. Oh, beats the bowling drive from Ethan Souza. (21 of 19) for the UAE under 19 capped player. Certainly has a lot of grit in him, some fighting spirits, and as he ages, he can only get better from here. Certainly an exciting prospect for UAE. Oh, they've all gone up, but I think that was more the bat hitting the ground. So no damage is done. Once again, this has been a very good over. Falak Noor's made a very good comeback. Just 3 runs off that over. 8 overs done, 45 for 3. So Saqib Memo is coming into the attack to bowl his third. None for 5. He's bowled a really, really good spell so far. The question is now he is up against a different set of batters, a different medium of play where he's going to be bowling to 2 of the best batters in the Wanderers setup, Danny Pawson and Ethan D'Souza. It's going to be very interesting to see how he goes about it. Outside off, a quick single towards the covers. They're pushing for a second and they get it with ease. Very good running. Well, sure, certainly showing a great level of maturity, these 2 players out there. They certainly have been outstanding. Running between wickets very well. A quick single. Not able to collect that cleanly. They're the mid-off fielder. So the Wanderers 48 for 3 in 8.3 overs. Ethan D'Souza 21 and Danny Pawson on 7. A run rate of 5.6. Slightly on the slower side. They'll want to up that rate and they'll want to do it as early as possible. They don't want to leave it too late. It's a good looking shot. Great fielding there at short fine. 2 more balls to go in the over. 49 for 3. That was quite wide. The wides bought the 50 up for the Wanderers. 50 for 3, now 8.4 overs. It's taken some time for them to get to that 50-run mark. Certainly has been a slow start for the Wanderers. They certainly are feeling the loss of not having Kleinberg and Shaw in their playing 11. Big Berkey had opened the batting in the previous game. In fact, the one before that, and he was absolutely smashing the 7 districts bowlers. So they have certainly lost that from the opening batters. It's going to be called a wide. No, in fact, that's hit the leg by. No, in fact, there was no run taken. So one more ball to go in the 9th. Another wide. Umpire Imran Munir. He's certainly been kept warm out there, Umpire Imran Munir, with a lot of exercise. There's that many wides. 3 in this over already. Last ball coming up off the 9. 52 for 3. Oh, this is pulled behind square and they get a boundary. It's taken a long time coming and it finally comes at the end of the 9th over. So the first boundary that's come off Saqib Mahmood's spell, it's come off the last ball of his 3rd. 9 overs done. Wanderers 56 for 3. Shahbaz Ali into the attack and straight away a couple of runs been taken off his first ball. Good running by these two, putting the pressure on the outfielders. Shahbaz Ali has come to bowl the 10th over. Usually comes even a bit later, around the 12th or 13th, and likes to bowl 4 on the trot. Shahbaz Ali. They've slightly picked up the rate here now, the Wanderers. They were earlier going at around 5.4. Now they've pushed that rate up to 6.22. Oh, has he got an edge just wide of the fielder, the wicket keeper, and gets a regulation outside edge boundary towards the deep 3rd. But then, in fact, it's Ethan D'Souza who will not be complaining. He moves on to 28 now of 23 balls. 6 runs have come off Shahbaz Ali's first 2 deliveries. This is smart batting by these two. They've pushed the partnership to 27. It's been a good recovery, a much needed one for the Wanderers. 63 for 3, 9.3 overs. Danny Parsons going close to a run a ball. Ethan D'Souza is doing one better. They've got to make sure that they go on in this rate for another 3 to 4 overs before they cut loose. Or maybe at least till the 15th, if they can go at 6 to 6.5 runs and over. They certainly would have done extremely well. They need to try and get to that 100 mark around the 15th over, and then they can go all guns blazing in the last 5. They go at 10 runs and over, they'll get to that 150 to 160 mark, which may be a par score to say the least. But the Wanderers do have a good bowling attack, such as Abdullah Kayani. Bounced him on that. The umpires are just having a thought about it, and they've decided that that's perfectly fine. It's called 1 for the over though. That did seem quite high, wasn't it? So Shahbaz Ali, 7 runs of the 5 balls. Very, very talented, this man. Certainly is one of the best cricketers in the UAE. Perfect all-rounder. Can hit the ball a long way and certainly give you some very handy overs with the ball. At the halfway stage, the Wanderers 63 for 3. So Saki Memu is going to bowl out. Starts off with another wide. .64 for 3. Oh, they're thinking of a single and a missed opportunity. Nasir Faraz. Well, usually sets very high standards for himself and for the team. That is why he's made that point region his own. But that was an option, an opportunity that goes down. Oh, he's got a regulation outside edge. That's gone past to the third man region for a boundary. Danny Pawson with a huge heave gets an outside edge. That is more than enough for the captain to get a boundary. The Wanderers keeper, as of now, winning the battle against his opposition number. Saqib Mahmood, who bowled extremely well in his first 2 overs, went for 5 runs. And the next 8 deliveries have gone for 17. Oh, that's a nice looking shot, but there's a fielder there in the deep. Well, he certainly is itching to go, isn't he, the Wanderers captain? He certainly wants to go big. But I'm sure it's also playing in his mind. It also is playing in his mind that his team's lost 3 wickets and there's not too much of batting to come after him. Well, that's a good looking shot. Very, very nicely played by Ethan D'Souza. That's gone a couple of bounces to the boundary line towards that point region. And Ethan D'Souza, he moves on to 34 now. Very good shot. Look at that, getting under it and carving it over the offside field behind square. Now this over has become an expensive one for Saqib Mahmood. 11 runs coming off this over so far. 2 more balls to go. Oh, that's a good looking shot. That's a very, very good shot. That's in fact an outrageously good shot from Ethan D'Souza. That's carried all the way down the leg side. A bit too short and beautifully swiveled across and deposits that into the schoolyard. Ethan D'Souza certainly beginning to show us his class and exactly what he's made out of. 17 years of age and showing why he's being rated amongst some of the top players here in the UAE. What a talent. What a player. Beautiful. Very, very beautiful shots. So pleasing to the eye there, Ethan D'Souza. So finally an expensive over from Saqib Mahmood. 18 runs come off that over, who started really well. 5 runs of the first 2 overs. And the next 2 overs has gone for 29. Finished up with 4 overs, none for 34. 11 overs done, 81 for 3. 9 overs to go. Gets a bit of edge there, but does not carry to the wicket keeper. Ethan D'Souza, 41 of 28. A great partnership here between the skipper and the youngster. 46 runs between them. When they came into bat, they were in absolute disarray. They were 36 for 3 at one stage. Oh, has that got an edge? Has that got an edge? No, in fact, it's been given byes. 4 byes been given by the umpire. Well, I thought that got something on the way. But nevertheless, 4 byes. And also, in addition to that, it has brought the 50-run partnership between the skipper, Danny Pawson, and the 17-year-old superstar Ethan D'Souza. Misses outside off stump there. Certainly a very gritty knock here. Oh, that's gonna be nasty. That is gonna be nasty. That's hit him on the helmet. He's saying he is alright, but I'm sure the umpires are gonna go through the concussion test protocols. Oh, that was hit quite hard. They're all just checking on this young man. Oh, that hit him below the visor. Looks like he's alright. But what a talent this young kid is. Just look at him. He certainly has matured beyond his years with the bat. He's playing a magnificent knockout there, Ethan D'Souza. So 85 for 3. Good delivery there. Full this time. Ethan D'Souza, the previous delivery, just getting hit on the visor. Perhaps may have shaken him up a little bit, but he's a tough lad, this young man. Certainly is an absolute talent, Ethan D'Souza. Oh, that's edge. And goodness gracious, they had a wicket keeper. In fact, they had a slip positioned, but it did carry to him as well. Let's have a look at that. Nasir Faraz in that position, but I think it just fell short. Unlucky to say the least for Shabaz Ali. He's bowled really well. Two overs, none for 11 for him. 89 for 3 after 12. It's an off stump. So there's a change in the bowling. It's going to be Krimjanjo, who's just been brought into the attack. He likely will bowl the 13th, 15th, 17th and 19th on the trot. Krimjanjoa. Very smart bowler. Keeps varying his pace and his lines and lengths towards the latter end of the innings. But this one was dismatched off its presence by captain Danny Pawson. That was brilliantly played. Look at that. Waited for it. Swiveled across. And beautifully hit it over the square leg umpire's head for a boundary. Ikram Janjua now will certainly be feeling the pressure. 93 for 3. This has been a very good recovery. A 58-run partnership between these two. Danny Pawson moves on to 20 now of 19. Ethan D'Souza approaching a deserved half century. 45 of 34. Oh, nicely flicked off this time, but there's a fielder. At the deep, they're pushing for a second. Falak Noor on the boundary line is unable to prevent that double from taking place. 95 runs on the board now. Oh, that is going to be nasty. Danny Pawson, goodness gracious, that got him hit on the back of the head. I hope he's all right, because he does look in a bit of pain, and I hope his insidia is all right. Trying to scoop that off the face of the bat, and goodness gracious, that got the brunt of it. I hope he's all right. That is going to be a bit nasty. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. That was really, really a nightmarish incident for any cricketers, match officials, or us, the broadcasters watching the game. He looks all right, Danny Pawson. He's perfectly fine. But that can certainly sometimes knock the wind out of you. And we've seen a lot of injuries happen over the years. And who can ever forget the incident that involves Phil Hughes at the SCG? So sometimes it was after those incidents that where the ICCA has brought in a lot of regulations, such as the concussion test, when a batter does get hit, just to make sure that they're all right. But good to see Danny Pawson perfectly fine, and he's good to go. So great signs. We carry on. Oh, that is magnificent. But one bounce to the fielder at the deep, Ubaidullah. That really sounded really good off the bat. Outside off stump this time. Played down towards the deep point, and they get a couple of runs. 13 overs done. It's 96 for 3. Well, so we continue with the 14th over. Shabaz Ali into bowl his third. He's bowled quite tight. 2.1 overs, none for 11. 98 on the board. Danny Pawson on 23. That's hit very nicely. Hit very, very hard and fiercely towards the sweeper cover. In fact, it is the deep point. So Ethan D'Souza now on strike. 47 for him of 35. Approaching a deserving half century for this 17-year-old superstar, Ethan D'Souza. Oh, good delivery. Beats the outside edge on that occasion, Shabaz Ali. So 99 for 3, 13.3 overs. Good start here by Shabaz Ali to this over as well. First 4 balls just going for 1 run. Ethan D'Souza, 47 of 37. Just 3 runs away from what would be a magnificent half century. Came at the chip when the chips were down for the Wanderers, and he's resurrected the innings with the captain beautifully. Ducks and Leicester through a dot ball. Being called 1 for the over. So last ball of the 14th. Oh, gets an edge again. And Nasir Faraz fumbles with that and helps Ethan D'Souza to keep strike. And that single also brings the 100 up for the Wanderers. 100 for 3 after 14. A good delivery once again. Nasir Faraz has had a bit of a hard time in the field. 14 done, 100 for 3. That's a beautiful shot from Ethan D'Souza to bring up a half century. Ethan D'Souza, take a bow, young man. What a knock it has turned out to be from this special 17-year-old. He has been absolutely magnificent from the moment he's walked out to bat. 52 of 40 deliveries. And it's come at a time when the chips were down. 36 for 3. And another fumble there by Nasir Faraz enables them to get another single. What a knock from Ethan D'Souza. Once again, I reiterate, 17 years of age. This young man. The future, the possibilities of the future is absolutely endless. That's a magnificent shot. Well, that's the skipper. That is Danny Pawson for you. Vintage Danny Pawson. Magnificent hit. Oh, goodness gracious. He absolutely whacked that out of the park. Danny Pawson. What a stroke. 30 now for the skipper. Nelson on the board. Oh, gets an inside edge. They're pushing for a second. They're running hard. And they get it with ease. Brilliant stuff. This is turning out to be a special partnership by the captain and the young brigade, Ethan D'Souza. 113 for 3. It's been an expensive over by Ikram Janjua so far. 13 runs coming. 2 more balls to go in the over. Make some room there, the skipper. And they've asked the question. And the umpire's raised his finger. Danny Pawson. Well, he knew that he perhaps got a faint nick there. And thus, he's just walked back without even arguing, because he knew that was certainly out. So the 4th wicket down, and a very, very good partnership has finally been broken. Danny Pawson gone for 32 of 27. And Ikram Janjua gets the breakthrough. Catch completed by the wicket keeper Umar Arshad. 3 boundaries and a 6, a strike rate of 118. Very well played, skipper. Great knock to put the Wanderers in a good position. 113 now for 4. So it's going to be Aaron Wright, who's just walked into bat at the dismissal of Danny Pawson. He's another clean hitter of the ball. Aaron Wright. This was the dismissal. Danny Pawson reaching for that ball. Getting that edge. Oh, there's a bit of a yes and no. A direct hit would have been curtains for Aaron Wright, but luckily for him, he survives. 15 overs done, 115 for 4.
Shabazz Ali will bowl out here. 115 for 4 is what Dubai Wanderers have amassed. They've done very well to get to that. My co-commentator Athik was mentioning that they'll be looking to bat together for at least until the 15th over, Ethan and Danny Pawson. Danny Pawson has just walked back, but Ethan is still out there, which is good news for Dubai Wanderers as they look to now step on the gas and try and finish on a high here. They've done the hard work, laid the foundation. Now it's about ensuring that they go on to get a big one and put this Vision Shipping side under a bit of pressure. He's bowled the bouncers brilliantly. Shahbaz Ali. One for the over signal by the umpire. He's been certainly the pick of the bowlers. Hasn't picked up a wicket, but he's made life very difficult for the two batters. They haven't been able to hit him away too easily. And that's why skipper Saqib Mahmood has decided to let him continue and bowl his 4 overs. If he can somehow get rid of Ethan D'Souza here, who's batting beautifully, the under-19 bloke. Has been a delight to watch. Oh, that's swinging away from the left-hander. And he's done that all evening. Just hasn't been lucky enough to pick up a wicket. There were a couple of times he got the outside edge as well. One flew over to the boundary, the other one just short of the slip fielder. And if they can get this youngster out now in this next over or next, then they'll believe that they can maybe just put a stranglehold in these last 5 overs and keep the finish to a minimum. Oh, very nicely played by Ethan. In fact, that's gone all the way for a 6. He's a little pocket dynamite. That's what he is, Ethan D'Souza. Full outside off. He threw his bat at it and the placement was absolutely fantastic. Aerial, but doesn't matter. Because Ubaidullah is the lone fielder out there. It was far away from him as well. Nice looking shot. Full of promise, this young man. Just 18 years old. But playing like a seasoned pro here at the ICCA Academy. It just flew off the bat. Went for 6 runs. Unbelievable. This one's much straighter and he's quickly onto the back foot and picks up a single. And the last over of Shahbaz Ali. One delivery left. He'll come over the wicket now to the right-handed Aaron Wright, who has just walked into bat. It's been an entertaining innings from that young man. He hasn't been intimidated by some of the big boys of Vision Shipping. He's played good batting shots and compiled his runs. Down the track, Aaron Wright using his feet, unable to get past the fielder. End of 16. It's 123 for 4. Ubaidullah now back into the attack. Ikram Janjua being given a break after getting hit for quite a few in the previous over. And he will be bowling to the young Ethan D'Souza, Ubaidullah Chaudhary, as he is well known among his peers. He'll come around the wicket too to the left-handed youngster. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the board. There's 4 overs left. Dubai Wanderers will be looking to get at least 40 runs more here. That'll take them to about 160, which should certainly be a challenging chase for TVSL. Wanderers do have a decent bowling lineup. They've got their ace spinner Abdullah Kayani. He'll be certainly looking to make some headlines here. This is straight to the fielder and finally Ethan D'Souza plays a wrong shot. 60 runs and Ubaidullah gets rid of the youngster, but what a fine innings this has been from D'Souza. Walked into bat and from ball number 1 looked absolutely solid. Technically sound and played good shots to get all his runs. Makes 60 or 47, 7 fours and 2 sixes in them. Caught by Ali Abid, bowled by Ubaidullah Chaudhary. A big wicket this for TVSL as Dubai Wanderers lose half their side with 123 runs on the board. Will Parkinson in at number 7 for Dubai Wanderers. He'll be joining Aaron Wright. So two relatively new batters out there. This is an opportunity for TVSL to try and create a bit of pressure here. Maybe pick up one more wicket here and then really press on. Oh, very well bowled. Good shape. Very half-hearted appeal from some of the fielders. I was looking to go leg side there, Will Parkinson. Didn't know too much about it. The ball still hooping around, 17 overs old. It's still swinging quite nicely, and that's what you get here at the ICCA Academy, especially here in winter conditions with the grass being left on the surface. See movement, moisture in the air, helping the bowlers. Nicely behind that, played with soft hands. And pick up another single. They have to rebuild now. A big partnership has finally been broken. Both those batters back in the hut. The skipper and the youngster, Ethan D'Souza. Now it's up to Will Parkinson and Aaron Wright to build another partnership here. The problem is they don't have too much time to settle in. They'll have to keep finding boundaries between those ones and twos. Coming down the track and getting down on one knee. He's managed to hit that past the fine leg fielder. Should be cut off. Will be a couple of runs. There's big gaps here on the field today. We are playing in the centre wickets, so both sides of the boundary quite large. And that's why we've seen a lot of the batters today push for twos quite regularly. They've been successful in it as well. Just over 3 overs left now in this innings. Dubai Wanderers are on 127. They look to get past 150. That'll be the first target. Oh, he's looking to go leg side all the time, but this time, because of the movement away from him, he's taken a leading edge and gone towards third man for a single. End of 17, it's 128 for 5. Over number 18 now will be bowled by Falak Noor, the youngster in this TVSL side. He was scored heavily against. Rather, it was him who bowled well. It was Ikram Janjua who was scored heavily against. Beg your pardon. Falak Noor has bowled well actually in his 2 overs. 10 for 1. He's now probably going to bowl this and the last over. It's been him and Shahbaz Ali who've provided some control in the middle. The run rate Dubai Wanderers are going at isn't all that challenging for TVSL. Just that partnership between Ethan and Danny was looking quite threatening at one point. But they've picked up the wickets at the right time, and now in these death overs, Will Parkinson and Aaron Wright will have to go big and go soon. There's just about 15 deliveries left in this innings, 16 to be precise. The first target for Dubai Wanderers will be to get to that 150 mark. They'll tell themselves they've done well if they get to that. Oh, that took some bounce, didn't it? The keeper had trouble collecting that way above his shoulders. We've seen quite a bit of it here at the ICCA Academy today. Ball just hoops off. Tennis ball-like bounce. Will Parkinson will ask the umpire why that wasn't given a wide, but maybe it just took off after it passed his head. A good bouncer nevertheless from Falak Noor. And he's delivered a good over so far, the 18th one. Quite an economical one so far. Aaron has absolutely hammered that. But it's gone straight to the field and a bit of a fumble there. Will allow them to come back for two. Yes, they've taken the wickets but can't afford to be complacent here. It is quite cold out there as well, so understandably fingers will be a bit numb. Not easy to grip the ball when it's coming at speed to you. 2 runs added to the total. 130 is up now. 20 more they'll be thinking. Get to 150. Then leave the rest to your bowlers. They'll make room, Aaron, but won't be able to get any bat onto that one. Another dot ball. Falak Noor has been impressive. Bowled a few wides in his first over, but he's recovered well after that. That economy rate looking quite good. Dubai Wanderers run rate is coming down now. 7.35 now they're going at. Ideally, they should be around 8 runs per over mark at this stage of the game to try and finish big. But the last couple of overs, they've struggled to get bat on ball and get those boundaries which are so important at the death, just to give you that momentum going into the second innings. This is slightly fuller from Falak. Aaron will hit that towards mid-off and Saqib will allow them to get the single. A good over this from Falak. End of 18, it's 132 for 5. $19 for 2 tonight for Ubaidullah Chaudhary. He's going to bowl his last one and the penultimate one of the game. Damage control is what the instruction must be from the skipper. Well, you can't control that, can you? You can't plan for shots like that. You cannot set a field for shots like that. But Aaron Wright will take those 4 runs quite happily. He sent Shahbaz Ali looking for the ball there. Shorter in length. He's swiped at it. Got a thick inside edge and it's raced away to the boundary. They'll take all these runs to Dubai Wanderers. Any extra bit of help they can to finish on a high. Down the track this time. He's got a good part of the bat to it, but won't go too far. And despite a good throw there from Sajjad Malook, it'll only be a couple of runs. 6 runs already off this over, so a good start for Dubai Wanderers in this penultimate over of the innings. 138 now. 12 more to get to that 150 mark. This is full and heaved away towards the leg side. That'll run away to the boundary. Well played, Aaron Wright. He knew the mid-on fielder was up in the circles. It was an option worth taking. Yeah, hit quite powerfully. And that raced away too to the boundary. So 2 boundaries in this over, providing a much-needed injection into this finish by Dubai Wanderers. 142 up on the board now. 9 deliveries left. Ubaidullah being a little expensive in this last over of his. This is even bigger. This is even higher. Has he cleared the boundary though? Yes, 1 bounce again. make that 3 fours in the over. Well, the first one was off the inside edge. The second one was powered towards the leg side. This one, much more in control. Not sure if having the mid-on up in the circle is a good idea anymore. The damage has been done already, and now Ubaidullah will drop him down to long on. Too little, too late. 146 on the board now. That's down the leg side. This is what happens when you get hit for boundaries. But there will be a run out as well. There was no need. There was absolutely no need for Aaron to go for that single. The runs had come in the over. The wide was given. It was an easy extra run. He saw him coming and he had to oblige. He had to oblige Aaron Wright, paying the price. This is not wise from Will Parkinson. Aaron, who was looking good, he was just about to cut loose, has lost his wicket. 147 for 6 now. Will Parkinson will be feeling horrible inside because he's just run unnecessarily and run his partner out, who was beginning to cut loose there. Got 3 boundaries in this over, Aaron Wright, and unfortunately run out at the non-strikers. And Abdullah Kayani out in the middle now. Will Parkinson has hit that very, very high, but straight to the fielder's hands. One brings another one. Well, he must have felt guilty that he got his partner run out and he wanted to try and make amends. Played a very big shot down the leg side, but that's a big, big boundary. And an easy Ali Abid, I think, who's stationed down there. Yes, and he doesn't miss too many. Will Parkinson, he off 7. Dubai Wanderers lose their 8th now. In fact, they lose their 7th. It's 147 for 7. Sid Durrani, the new man to walk in for Dubai Wanderers. They've lost a couple of wickets in a cluster now. One was completely uncalled for. Aaron Wright was hitting the ball quite nicely, but there was a run out against the runner play. Abdullah Kayani is at the non-strikers, and now he's someone who can certainly whack a couple. He won them a game with a last ball sixer. Dubai Wanderers will be hoping that he can repeat that tonight. Maybe get them a couple of big blows in the last over that's coming up shortly. Ubaidullah has picked up 3 wickets tonight. Although he's been expensive in this over, he's been quite good in terms of the wickets he has taken. Sid will face the last ball of the over. Dubai Wanderers are yet to get to 150. Around the wicket then to the left-handed Sid Durrani. Into his body. They're going for the single. This might be, oh, so close. But he will survive. Abdullah picking it up himself, and a direct hit would have had him running all the way back into the dugout. 19 done. It's 148 for 7. th over. will be delivered by Falak Noor. Dubai Wanderers are 148. Sid Jurani will be on strike. And he misses the first one. Get Abdullah on strike, Sid. Get bat on ball. Get the single. Give the big man the strike. Need a couple of big blows from his bat. A dot ball. Dot balls are worth a lot at this stage of the game. Remember, TVSL have had their troubles with the bat, but they are yet to be beaten in this tournament. Made a decent enough connection that will go to the fielder, and finally Abdullah Khayani will get the strike. Incidentally, it was Karwan CC, the last game that Dubai Wanderers played against. They made 147 only, and for a moment we all thought that Dubai Wanderers had done well to restrict them to that total, but the batting just didn't come to the party. Were all out for 67 odd, but today it's been a much better effort with the bat from the men in pink. 4 deliveries left now. Abdullah Khayani is on strike. He'll be thinking only one thing, and that's to try and hit the ball out of the park. Looks to do that, but misses completely. Falak Noor has been impressive tonight, the youngster. Just hasn't allowed the batter to get under his skin. He's bowled in the right areas, brought in the variations, made use of the assistance that's available. The new ball and the older ball. Certainly one to watch out for. And that's something TVSL have done so well throughout the years. Given opportunities to young players and identified talent early on and given them the platform to express themselves. Playing in a miss again. Sid wants a single. A direct hit at that. He was quite quick to get there, but umpire Imran Munir will want to go upstairs and have a look. The non-striker took off quite quickly, Sid, but there is a direct hit, and direct hits, as we always know, are like objects in the mirror. They're always closer than they appear. Yep, at least from that angle, it seems like he was well shot, Sid Jurani. And it seems like the 8th wicket has fallen for Dubai Wanderers. Sid Jurani has to walk away, looking for that quick single, a bye. Just 2 off 3 for the big man as Dubai Wanderers lose their 8th wicket on 149. Just 2 deliveries left in this innings. 149 is all Dubai Wanderers have managed so far, despite that good partnership between Ethan and Danny Pawson. They've just fallen away in these last few overs. Abdullah Khayani on strike. In fact, it's Ben Wilgos who's on strike. He's bowled a bouncer. The new man, and a shy at the stumps. You'll make it in time and do the right thing. Get bat on ball. Get Abdullah on strike. He's got 1 ball to try and hit this out. 150 comes up for Dubai Wanderers. They've reached that magical number. The question now is, can they defend these 150 runs? They certainly have the bowlers capable enough to put pressure on the TVSL batting lineup. And TVSL's batting has struggled in the last few games that they've played. Certainly shaping up to be a good contest. This last ball of the innings. Ben Wilgos has taken a head start, and Abdullah Khayani will oblige, and they'll complete the bye, ending up on 151 Dubai Wanderers. They've batted well against a good TVSL bowling lineup, and that has come thanks to a super partnership between the skipper Danny Pawson and the youngster, the UAE under-19 superstar Ethan D'Souza. 30 and 60 from both of them have ensured that the Dubai Wanderers have got to 151 for 8 in their allotted 20 overs. And they will certainly believe that this is a score their bowlers can defend. On a wicket that has been quite useful to the faster bowlers. Not a good start from the start. From the top, Jack Luffman and Kobe Hurft falling away quite cheaply. Then Ethan D'Souza and Danny Pawson combined after Salik Shah got out for a duck. 60 and 32 for those two. Aaron Wright was beginning to cut loose with 20 of 11 when he got run out. And after that, the rest of the batters just couldn't do enough to provide a late order impetus. However, with those 30 extras bowled by the Vision Shipping, they'll manage to get 151 for 8 on the board. Well, Saqib Mahmood bowled well, although didn't pick up a wicket. 34 runs, slightly expensive than his usual self. Jawad Ghani just bowled the 2 overs, surprisingly, gave away 13 runs. Ubaidullah Chaudhary with 3 wickets and 35 runs. Falak Noor was certainly very, very economical. 1 for 15 in his 4. Shahbaz Ali also very unlucky to not have picked up a wicket. 21 runs in his 4 overs. And Ikram Janjua was the most expensive, with Danny and Ethan both latching on to him. 1 for 24 in his 2 overs. This is how things started off. Jack Luffman got run out trying to get a quick single. And then Danny Pawson came out to bat very nicely. Ethan D'Souza, well, Kobe Hurft, beg your pardon, was a real struggle for him out there. Then came the big partnership. After the fall of Salik Shah, it was Danny Pawson and Ethan D'Souza. Played some delightful strokes. Very impressive by the youngster. And Ikram Janjua bore the brunt of some of the absolutely amazing hitting. Then Danny Pawson looking to venture out, got the toe end of the bat. He lost his wicket, and after that, Ethan D'Souza, well, he went along his merry ways until he played it straight to the fielder. But the wickets kept falling. Ubaidullah in the thick of the action. Aaron Wright with 3 boundaries in 1 over. That was a run out that was completely unnecessary. There was no reason for Will Parkinson to do that. But after that, there was absolutely nothing in it in this innings. Will Parkinson hitting one down the throat of mid-wicket for an easy catch for Ali Abid. And then the last ball by that they took after that run out, of course, of Sid Durrani. So, at the halfway stage of this match, Dubai Wanderers have managed 151. When we will be back, we will have the chase for you live right here from the ICC Academy. Good evening and welcome back to the ICCA Academy Oval number 2. This is yet another encounter of the championship group of the Arabian Cricket League 2024. We've just concluded the first innings in the match between TVSL and Dubai Wanderers. Dubai Wanderers, after having batted first, have managed 151 in their allotted 20 overs. And now we're all set to bring you the reply, the chase from TVSL. Promises to be a good match here because Dubai Wanderers have done well to amass 151 against a quality TVSL bowling side. However, they will know that they need to be at their very best to defend these runs that they've put up, because TVSL do boast of a strong batting lineup. Despite having had their troubles in this tournament with the bat in hand, they will need to be quite accurate. They've won 4 of their 5 games. Dubai Wanderers certainly have had a very good tournament so far. Just their previous game against Karwan CC, the batting just didn't click. But today, they'll be looking to make amends to that. They don't have the services of Jordan Clark today with the ball in hand. He was extremely good the other day. Today, they'll be looking to the rest of the bowlers to help them defend this 151 that they have put up with the bat. It seems like there will be a bit of spin to start things off here, which is quite interesting. Jawad will open the batting. The two senior men, the skipper Saqib Mahmood and Jawad Ghani, with the bat in hand, and it will be Aaron Wright with some gentle off spin to start things off here. Very interesting choice this from the skipper Danny Pawson. We've seen fast bowlers get quite a bit of assistance here, but he's opted to go with spin. As Aaron Wright prepares to deliver the first ball. 152 is the target. TVSL will have to start off positively inside the power play. Here we go then. Starts off with a simple straight delivery and a quick single to get off the mark by Jawad Ghani. And the first runs on the board registered for TVSL. Saqib Mahmood likes to go big. He's a very aggressive batter. This should be a good contest. Aaron Wright coming around the wicket to the right-hander. He'll let that one come to him. Slightly shorter in length from Aaron. One fine turn with the new ball, but he'll have to be disciplined. Don't offer anything too easy to the batter. Keep it wicket to wicket. That'll be the plan. Oh, he's hit that quite high. The fielder, Ethan D'Souza there, the youngster, will come in and collect it on the bounce as Saqib Mahmood gets off the mark with that single. That's the way he plays. He likes to go big. He likes to take the game to the bowler. Not your traditional cricketer, Saqib Mahmood. Can be very agricultural in his approach. Loses his shape in trying to play big shots, and quite often it comes off quite nicely as well. Jawad Ghani, though, is the most circumspect batter. Looks to get in, get a start, play with the straight bat as much as possible. So, two extremes on the two ends for TVSL with the bat in hand. Good start though this from Aaron Wright. He's been quite accurate and on the money. Nicely driven past the cover fielder, but mid-off will cover it off and Jawad will get another single. Cautious so far from Jawad Ghani. One delivery left in this over as Saqib Mahmood takes strike. They've placed that deep mid-wicket fielder for him, and long on is down at the boundary line as well. So they know he likes to go big on the leg side. And Aaron will probably feed him there. Oh, looking to cut that away, but won't be able to get by around to it. A good first over from Aaron Wright. It's 3 for none. Well, it seems like Ethan isn't done yet for the evening. He's scored a superb 60 for his team, and now he's been asked to deliver with the new ball in hand. He'll partner Aaron Wright and spin from both ends. Very interesting this from Danny Pawson. And a nice looking shot from Jawad Ghani. Full and straight. He's down on one knee and swept that behind fine leg for a boundary. Trying to intimidate the youngster early on. And Jawad Ghani will pick up TVSL's first boundary. Ethan will obviously get loads of advice from his skipper as he looks to now make amends in the rest of this over. Once again going for the sweep, and this time he's gone even bigger and even squarer. And that'll be a 4. Just one bounce, just short of the boundary line. Jawad Ghani here looking to cut loose now. He's taken a liking to the young spinner. Yeah, good option to take. No protection down there. The field is up in the circle. Now they'll have a deep square leg placed there. And a deep mid wicket as well, as long on comes up inside the circle. Jawad Ghani might look to go straight here. And of course, that offside is packed inside the 30-yard. Looking to come down the track, probably trying to go over the mid-down fielder, but Ethan very nicely, very smartly pulling the length back. And Jawad Ghani will get a single after those 2 fours. And this field remain the same though for Saqib Mahmood. It seems like it will. Saqib, of course, likes to go downtown. Yeah, there you go. They're just sending that mid-on fielder down towards long on, and that square leg fielder has come up inside the circle. Good thinking this from Danny Pawson. He's been proactive here against his counterpart skipper. I was a little shorter, looking to pull that away, but he's just not been able to make a decent enough connection so far, Saqib. I was close to him, looking to cut it away. Straight to the fielder. Ethan has done well to come back in this over after getting hit for a couple of boundaries. Good to see Danny Pawson trusting his young teammate. Giving him the new ball as well. This has taken the edge, an easy catch, and it will be taken. Sid Jurani down there at square leg. Saqib Mahmood looking to pull that away. Didn't really get the middle of the bat. Took a top edge and it scooped up very nicely for Sid Jurani to take a comfortable catch. And Saqib Mahmood, well, his struggle comes to an end. Couldn't really get going. And Dubai Wanderers will be glad to see the back of this man as they pick up their first wicket. Saqib Mahmood goes for 1 off 6. It's a 12 for 1. So Ethan, despite conceding a couple of boundaries in that over, did pick up a wicket. Now it'll be Aaron Wright to bowl to Jawad Ghani, who's on strike. Zishan Abid looking to emulate those 2 shots that he played against Ethan. A different angle this for Jawad Ghani. Ethan was bowling over the wicket, but Aaron is coming around. Yeah, Zishan Abid is at the non-striker's end. He's the one who's just walked out at the fall of the wicket. Down the track and hammered down towards mid-off, and a good bit of fielding there will prevent the single from being taken. They are a superb fielding side, Dubai Wanderers. No questions about that. No doubts about their fielding whatsoever. This has been hit very nicely. And straight down the ground for a boundary. Much more in control there, Jawad Ghani. There was a fielder down at long on, but he's hit it well enough and straight enough for it to cross the fence. No chance for the fielder to cut it off. Third boundary for Jawad Ghani. He moves on to 15. Down the track, and it's been caressed through the covers. Too full again from Aaron Wright. And Jawad Ghani using his feet quite nicely there. And slices it through the covers for another boundary. Well, he's certainly putting a bit of pressure back on the bowlers here. Jawad Ghani has looked good for the 19 runs that he's made. He's been the main scorer for TVS so far. From the 20 runs they've made, 19 have come off his bat. This time a bit more respect. Aaron Wright pulling his length back. And he's just chipped that off his back foot. This is down the leg side. They're asking the question, not sure what it's about. Aaron is indicating there might have been a glove on it, sir. But Imran Munir says, no, thank you. I didn't see anything to indicate that that might be a catch, and quite rightly so. It was called a wide. Sweeping it again, and Sid Jirani, the big man, down on the ground. I'll get the single though, as Aaron Wright completes his second over. It's 22 for 1. Well, that experiment with Ethan Souza is a short-lived one as they go back to their senior, more experienced Abdullah Kayani. He starts off with a good delivery. Quick through the air. Zishan yet to see any strike. Jawad Ghani has been farming it. A couple of boundaries in the previous over. He's up against a very wily old customer. Abdullah Kayani has been brilliant with the ball in hand. Push towards the leg side. They'll go for a quick single. Sid on that occasion unable to collect it cleanly. And that'll bring Zishan Abid on strike for the first time. Very interesting this. A pitch that has done so much for the fast bowlers. We're yet to see Dubai Wanderers introducing any paces. They're relying on the spinners inside this power play. So far, it's worked out quite all right for them. They've picked up an early wicket and that run rate is just under 7 runs per over. Short and pushed away towards cover. Won't be a dot ball. Zishan firmly behind that. Abdullah is not a big turner of the ball, but he certainly has a few tricks up his sleeve that keeps the batter guessing all the time. Nicely behind that as well. This is what Abdullah is so good at. He'll continuously apply that pressure on you. You have to be the one as a batter to create run scoring opportunities for yourself. He's not going to give you anything on a platter. Oh, nicely picked up. What a good looking shot. Hello there. Zishan Abid. He's seen that one go down the leg side. He's picked it up very nicely. Once again, that square leg fielder being kept busy. Very nicely picked up. Just when I was mentioning that Abdullah Kayani gives you nothing, he slides one down the leg side onto his pads. Zishan Abid gets off the mark with a boundary. 5 runs off this over. A decent one so far. This one's back on that probing line outside the off stump. Into the fourth, it's 27 for 1. So after 4 overs of spin, the skipper brings himself on. Medium pace here as Jawad Ghani takes strike now. 27 for 1. Oh, look at the bounce on that. That's really taken off. He's a big lad, Danny Pawson. He's well built. So he's certainly going to bend his back and extract that bounce off the surface. Starts one from outside the off stump. Jawad thought that was good enough to drive, but it just took off after it bounced. Keep electing that over his head. That's an edge, but it's gone through the keeper's hand. Oh, what a good opportunity this was to get rid of the man in form. Jawad Ghani looking to pull that away. Got the edge, but it went through Ben Wilgoss's hands. Oh, this would have been gold for Dubai Wanderers. He's a short guy, but he did get to it. Unfortunately, just didn't stick into those gloves. Good bouncer from Danny. But they'll get the single and Zishan Abid will be on strike now. Oh, where was that going? What kind of shot was that from Zishan Abid? It looked like a drive, but by the time he finished the shot, it was looking like he's going down the leg side. Quite perplexing. But another dot ball. He's enjoying bowling here, Danny Pawson. There's a smile on his face of the bounce he's seen. And that's what it has been throughout the evening. Faster bowlers have certainly enjoyed themselves. This one was nice and straight. Back of a length, and Zishan is nicely behind that. They know they have the batting to do this, TVSL. So maybe they can afford a few quiet overs. However, when you're chasing, you've got to constantly keep an eye on the required run rate. Can climb up very quickly. Especially when you're losing wickets at regular intervals, that's when it becomes all the more harder. Looking to hit that with a bit of strength there towards the leg side. They'll come back for the second one easily in the end. Zishan Abid playing a rather aggressive stroke there, but they didn't really get all of it. This partnership now worth 18 runs between Jawad and Zishan. Zishan has scored 6 off it. 30 for 1 now, TVSL. Last ball of the 5th over coming up. Looking to get that bounce again. Zishan with a very peculiar shot to get rid of that. A dot ball to end the over. A good one from Danny Pawson. It's 30 for 1, going at 6 per over. Abdullah will bowl his second over as CVSL are going at runner ball so far. Well, it seemed to have got something onto that, Jawad Ghani. And somehow it's got the legs to go all the way. The umpire will signal byes, which means it's gone probably off the keeper's gloves. Yeah, because there was some noise there. Jawad looking to paddle that behind fine leg, but in the end it's touched nothing from him and gone all the way for a boundary. Starts off with a 4. This is slower, but a full toss and driven straight to the fielder. An opportunity there missed out by Jawad. He could have hit that over the fielder. Last ball over of the power play. TVSL have been cautious. More importantly, Dubai Wanderers have been quite disciplined. Haven't given away too many easy runs. Down the ground. Long on is in position, so should be able to cut it off. In fact, it's long off. Goes down there. Only get a single. Abdullah, economical as he always is here at the ICCA Academy. Swiping across at that. Should chase it down. Ethan there. They'll get a couple of runs. So certainly looking to play some shots here, these two. They realize that they can't allow that required run rate to go too far ahead. Right now it's hovering at around 8 runs per over required. The moment that starts going up, that's when the pressure tells on you as a batter. Makes you do different things, lose your shape, lose your basics. You almost force yourself to try and play shots that you're not comfortable usually playing. Slightly shorter. Push towards the leg side. Ethan being kept busy down there. Will only be a single. Both these teams, one thing they've done well is the running between the wickets. Both sides of the ground are quite huge, so there are ample opportunities to collect those quick runs. And so far, they've both done well. Nicely played. Very, very nicely played by Jawad Ghani. A full toss. He made room for himself and chose his gap to perfection more than anything else. Could have easily tried to hit it too hard and then sliced it up, but he played it along the carpet through the covers for a boundary. End of 6, it's 42 for 1. So just the 1 over of pace then. Danny Pawson, despite not being too expensive, will hold himself back. And Avinash Karia being introduced now. And a very nice looking shot from Zishan Abid to welcome him. Around the wicket to the right-hander. It's very difficult to push that ball across. And because that was a little too straight, Zishan Abid has done very well to swivel across and hit that towards fine leg, or rather towards square leg, for a boundary. First ball of the over, going for a 4. It is the end of the first power play, so the field can be spread. This time he'll cut it away. The fielder unable to pick that up first time. That will allow them to cross over for a single. 47 for 1. Now that run rate looking much better for TVSL. 7.42 is what they're going at. Required run rate under 8 runs per over. That's where they want to keep it. Don't want it to climb up too fast. Pushed off the back foot very nicely from Jawad Ghani. He's looked quite comfortable for his 28 runs that he's made so far. Building a partnership here. 38 now between these two. TVSL will want them to go on like this. Down the ground, will that be taken? Yes, oh, he's dropped it. Oh, that should have been taken. That was a big opportunity. Dubai Wanderers are certainly a very good fielding side, but here, this should have been taken. And they'll also check if it's gone for a boundary. They are having another look at it. The third umpire wants to have another look just to confirm if that's trickled to the, if it's touched the line. Diving effort there from the fielder to ensure that it doesn't, but this angle is going to be tough to decide. Well, he's even tumbled on that occasion. It's being given a 4 by umpire Imran. Just getting confirmation. That's a signal. So Zishan won't just survive. It won't just be a dropped catch. It will also be a boundary. So salt on the wounds for Vinash Karya and for Dubai Wanderers. Saw it full. Wanted to go for it. He's lucky to be still batting out there. This one's pushed down towards long off. And he'll get a single after that boundary. And with that 4, the 50 has also come up for Dubai Wanderers. They now require under 100 runs to win this game. Jawad Ghani is still out there on 28 of 21. Zishan has very quickly moved on to 19. This has been pulled away as well. There is protection at square leg. Will just be a single. A good over this for TVSL. 12 off it. 54 for 1. Well, it seems like they'll conserve Abdullah Kayani for when they need him later on. And now it'll be Sid Jurani introduced into the attack. Left arm spin of Sid Jurani. Starts off with a short one. Pulled away towards mid-wicket. And it will be a single. So looking very comfortable, these two, Zishan and Jawad, out there. Haven't really been challenged. So far at least from Dubai Wanderers. Chipped past the cover fielder. They are coming back for the second one, and because the long off fielder had quite a bit of ground to cover, they'll manage to do that quite comfortably. Zishan Abid is a very busy cricketer. He likes to push those in the gaps and take those quick ones and twos. Oh, what a nice looking shot. This is super stuff and a brilliant effort down there. However, he will be kicking himself because he wasn't able to stop that from going past the line. Good effort nonetheless, but another boundary for Zishan Abid. He's looked to put that back into the field of play, but it's ricocheted off his palm and gone outside the boundary line. Another good over this is turning out to be for TVSL. Already 7 runs off it. 3 deliveries left. Zishan Abid is going along nicely. He's played some good looking shots. This one's been cut away. It'll go past the third man fielder, and this will run away as well. So a boundary on either side of the wicket behind the wicket keeper. These are worrying signs for Dubai Wanderers. Their spinners, who they've relied on early on in this innings, are getting hit now. This partnership with that boundary worth 53 runs. Run rate is now shot up to 8.5 runs per over. Durrani has been expensive. That's much better. Slightly fuller. Outside off, and he'll push that for a single. Zishan has now moved to 29-30 of 18. Has matched his partner very quickly. 66 up on the board for TVSL. They require just 86 more at a run rate of 7 runs per over. Can afford a dot ball. They've had a good over. 12 off it. It's 66 for 1 after 8. Avinash now, he also had an expensive over. Cut away and fielded very nicely. This is top stuff. Yes, they've had some issues in the field so far, but this one was a good effort. And every run you save when you are defending, they all make sense. They all come good in the end. This has been cut away a bit more convincingly. This time, extra cover. We'll cut that off. Deep extra cover. Zishan Abid gets a single. Avinash will continue to be around the wicket to the right-hander. That's nicely swept away. Should be protection down there. Ethan D'Souza has been patrolling that mid-wicket boundary. We'll keep it to a single. They can afford to do this now. That required run rate is in a very comfortable rate. 7.5 runs required per over. They can afford to see out a couple of quiet overs. Maybe pick up a boundary here and there. No need to go all guns blazing at this stage of the game. Oh, what a nice pickup shot. A good effort by the fielder. And that's tantalizingly trickling away to the boundary. Well, they've certainly had a rather timid day out in the field, Dubai Wanderers. Once again, that pickup shot from Zishan. He's so quick with his wrists and gets the middle of the bat more often than not. And once again, a drop catch goes off to the boundary. So this over 2, they get 6 runs already. There's 2 more deliveries left. Avinash has been guilty of being short a couple of times now. Powered through the covers once again. A boundary followed by a single. Nicely done by Zishan. Required run rate now. Just 7 runs per over. 73 for 1. They are almost halfway there. TVSL. They know the job's not done yet. Hit right behind the bowler. In fact, it's gone all the way. Wow. How well was that hit? A long on fielder was caught napping, I think. Everyone thought that will be cut off, but that raced away to the boundary. So 2 boundaries in this over as well. Another good one for TVSL. It's 77 for 1. Well, despite being expensive, the 2 spinners in both their overs, they are persisting with them. Sid Durrani will continue. Zishan Abid and Jawad Ghani are looking extremely comfortable. This partnership worth 65 runs now. They have certainly put to rest any doubts that TVS may have had. Oh, Zishan Abid has done this a few times now tonight. Well, it makes it look very easy, but I can tell you that's a tough shot to play. It's in line with the stumps, but he gets on the back foot very quickly and lets his wrist do the rest of it. Almost like a pickup shot, but extremely effective. It's fetched him 3 boundaries already now. Once again, the over starts off with a 4. Pressure on the bowler straight away. And he's pushed this with soft hands, called for 2 immediately, but they'll cancel that idea. Danny Pawson is not someone who you want to mess with as long as his throws are concerned. Required run rate now below 7 runs per over. This is what a good partnership can do. Take the game back in your control. 82 for 1 now. Well on course to chase this down. Unless Dubai Wanderers can create a bit of magic here. Couple of quick wickets. Put the pressure back on the batting team. They've chosen to go with spin, and so far this ploy hasn't worked too well. Abdullah Khayani too. Their main spinner, their ace spinner, hasn't been among the wickets yet, and that's been a concern. Oh, this is fantastic from Zishan. How he plays that shot, I will never know. But he plays that quite effectively. This time it's gone the distance, far, far away. Was a little short from Sid. And look at how far that has gone. A maximum. And the misery will continue for Sid Girani and Dubai Wanderers. They've been off the cuff with their bowling and in the fielding as we wait for that ball to come back. Ishan Abid has quickly raced to 47 of 25. And he's played that shot that he just did quite a few times now. And every single time it's looked all the better. 12 runs off this over as well. He's still got a couple of deliveries left, Sid Girani. And be wanting to get out of it without further damage. There you go, a rare dot ball. They need many, many more of this. Dubai Wanderers, they're running out of options in their bowling. Who do they turn to? Who's going to provide them that breakthrough? Danny Parsons just bowled 1 over so far. Cut away very nicely. Deepak Strakava has a bit of work to do. He will get around it, but they'll take on his arm and get a second one as well. This is good stuff from TVSL. They're scoring boundaries and they're also running well between the wickets. 91 for 1 at the halfway stage. Well, it seems Danny Pawson has decided that enough is enough. His spinners have gone for plenty, so he's brought himself on again, which is the ideal thing to do after all. Oh, what a good-looking shot that is from Jawad Ghani. He's lofted that over the covers, and it's gone all the way for a maximum. But that was one of those proper stand and deliver shots. Look at that. A la Ricky Ponting. And Jawad has played one of the shots of the evening. 42 he moves on to. What a way to start the over. And this time it's short and he's pulled it away, but there is a fielder down there. So it'll only be a single. That's one thing they've done, these two. They've tried to get the boundary early in the over, which puts the pressure right back on the bowler. Now that required run rate, just 5.6 runs per over. Doing it comfortably here, TVSL. This partnership now worth 86. Zishan is on 49 now. And with that quick single, he won't get it. Won't want to risk it. They have enough time in this game left. But what a partnership this has been. That early wicket of Saqib Mahmood would have had some jitters felt through the batting lineup of Vision Shipping, but these two have done excellently well. That's down the leg side. will be called a wide. So nothing going right for Danny Pawson and his team. The bowling has been a letdown, and so has the fielding, which is generally their trademark. They've built a reputation around their fielding. Today it's been quite questionable. A couple of drop catches and a few balls going to the boundary that weren't supposed to. Danny Pawson is looking around. Who do I turn to? Where are my bowlers? He's got no one to go to except himself. And after a bit of hesitation, Zishan will eventually cross over for a single and get to his 50. A very well played 50, Zishan Abid, of just 29 deliveries. 28 deliveries to be more precise. I could have easily chopped on, but when he saw that it was away from the stumps, he was quick to get that single. He came in after the fall of Saqib Mahmood, and with that 50 as well, he's brought up the 100 of the team as well. So a couple of milestones here for TVSL. And Jawad on that occasion making room for himself. Danny Pawson followed him, but unable to get bat on ball here. Signalling one shot for the over, umpire Imran Munir. Well, he looks concerned. Danny is wondering, who do I turn to? Who's going to buy me a wicket here? Who's going to break this partnership? 88 runs now between these two. Well, he's lost his shape a couple of times now, Jawad Ghani. Stark contrast to the first shot that he played off this over. A lofted 6 over extra cover. End of 11, it's 100 for 1. Well, it's now or never for Dubai Wanderers. They have to break this partnership if they are to have any chance of coming back into this game. And that's why they've turned to their ace spinner, the number 1 bowler. That is Abdullah Kayani. He's bowled 2 overs, given away just 13 runs. But that wicket column is where he needs to contribute for Dubai Wanderers. Short and quick, Jawad. Sorry, it was Zishan who's pushed that towards the leg side and get off strike. Well, Jawad's played a couple of very rash shots in the previous over, so maybe just losing concentration, signs of fatigue kicking in. He's been out there for 20 overs in this cold weather. Let's see if he continues to be aggressive like that against a spinner as well. Well, he won't be aggressive, but he'll certainly be cheeky. Looking to paddle that over the keeper. He'll get something on it. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. In fact, there is no signal, so that's off the bat. It'll be a single. Jawad's now on 44. Zishan came much after him, but he's raced away to his 50. Well, he looked to play that shot behind fine leg again. Was down the leg side, off the keeper's pads, and they'll get an extra run as well. So 2 wides there. It's become all the tougher for Wanderers tonight. 48 runs needed now. Too easy for TVSL. And a catch is taken. In fact, no, there was 1 bounce. For a moment, I thought that Abdullah Kayani took that on the full. He'll make room for himself, Jawad. And he'll hit that into the fence. 1 bounce. The umpire just getting confirmation from the fielder, and yes, that will be a 4. So Jawad Ghani finally getting to hit 1, especially against Abdullah Kayani, who's been Wanderers' best bowler. Just hasn't had the best of nights. 48 now to Jawad Ghani. This time it's taken an outside edge, and it runs away to the fence as well. And that'll bring up the 50 for Jawad Ghani too. What a fantastic partnership this. And with that boundary, they've also brought up the 100 partnership between these two. Thrown quicker by Abdullah Kayani. Jawad once again making room, but this time It won't be off the middle of the bat. It'll be off the edge of the bat, and another boundary. 52 of 35 for Jawad Ghani. Now they need just 40 runs more to win this game. He'll make room again. This time he's gone over long on for a maximum. Well, forget the reputation of the bowler. They're going to go after it. Jawad Ghani with a delightful shot. This was all about power. And he sent it all the way for a maximum. Big over this. 118 for 1 after 12. Well, this has become all too easy for TVSL now. Just 34 required to win this game. And after scoring 151, Dubai Wanderers must have thought they have a game in hand, but TVSL had different plans. He's looked to play that shot a few times, Zishan Abid. It has come off the bat every once in a while. This one has come off the pads. In fact, no, it signalled a boundary by the umpire. So that has come off the bat after all. And another 4 as Aaron Wright, beg your pardon, brings himself back on after bowling the first couple of overs. Another 4. So that equation now comes down to just 30 runs required. This one's again down the leg side. May have got some pad onto it. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. Yeah, it is a leg by. And now that brings Jawad to strike. He might look to play that sweep shot again. He enjoyed doing that against Ethan early on. Down the track. Goes high. Goes big. Goes the distance. Wow. You look at someone like Jawad and you think, well, he's going to be one of those technically correct players that hits down the ground and he doesn't have those big arms, but wow, he can time the ball quite nicely. That has gone a long way away. And another maximum. Aaron Wright will shake his head, and Dubai Wanderers can't do much but smile and appreciate the kind of batting that they're seeing from TVSL. What a hit that from Jawad Ghani. 23 more needed. Already 11 runs off this over of Aaron Wright. They have just dominated. And with every passing over, that domination has just increased from TVSL. Circumspect in the start after the fall of Saqib Mahmood's wicket. But after that, they've just increased in their established hitting. On that occasion, a little quicker. Jawad Ghani making room for himself. Aaron Wright following him. And a rare dot ball. Well, this might be over much too early than we thought, that's for sure. Down the wicket again. Almost yorked himself, Jawad. Won't be a single. Aaron will be glad he didn't get under that. 130 runs now. Yeah, so at the halfway stage, Dubai Wanderers must have thought, well, lads, we've batted well. Let's now try and defend this. But Zishan and Jawad had different plans. Nicely pushed towards the leg side. They're calling for the second one and they're coming back for it as well. The throw is quite nice, but it seems like Zishan has made it just in time. Yes, pushed it with soft hands. Ethan D'Souza down there, deep mid wicket. He's very quick and he does put in a good throw, but just a bounce there. Yeah, had it been a bit more flatter, it would have been Easier for Ben Wilgoss to get rid of the stumps earlier, but this went very high for him to collect and then bring the ball down. Was always going to be tough. End of the over, it's 132 for 1. It will be Danny Pawson, the skipper, to pull this 14th over. Starts off with a short one to Jawad, who's on 65. Zishan Abid is on 57. This partnership, 120 runs. What a fantastic one it has been. They've absolutely dominated. The Dubai Wanderers bowlers have made run making look very easy. I just thought Danny Pawson didn't have any bowlers to go to. Well, this has taken a big top edge, and that's running away to the boundary. So even Lady Luck is with the men in red. And Danny Pawson cutting a very frustrated figure here. Nothing's gone his way tonight, especially out there in the field with the ball. They batted well, him and Ethan, but the way these two are batting, even 200 wouldn't have been enough on this surface. 16 runs more, and they've got 40 balls to get them. Short and slapped away, and it's gone in the gap between the two fielders. Jawad Ghani is playing some mighty fine shots here tonight. He's spared no one, whether it's the fast bowling of Danny Pawson or the spin of Abdullah Kayani. He's gone after all of them. 73 he moves to. And the score moves on to 140. Just 12 runs away from a fine victory. A ruthless batting performance from TVSL. And after all the batting issues they've had in the previous games, today they've come out all guns blazing. Fantastic batting between these two. Zishan Abid and Jawad Ghani. Is that an opportunity? Oh, that pretty much sums up the night for Dubai Wanderers. The third catch they've put down tonight. And it might just be too little too late for them. Just hasn't been their evening, has it? And that's Abdullah Kayani down there. I think the guilty party. Just not being able to hold on to that one. Jawad will survive for the second time this evening. Zishan Abid coming down the track, wanted to hit that out of UAE. Not connecting it at all. Yeah, just realizing that it would have been better off going over long off. But there's certainly been some enjoyable batting between these two. With every passing over, they just became more and more confident and just went for those big shots. That got big on him. And there's an overthrow as well, but they won't get an extra run. And this has been the problem for Dubai Wanderers. They just haven't had the bowlers or the fielders to make a difference here. End of 14, it's 142 for 1. 10 runs away, TVSL. Dubai Wanderers don't have their regular bowler, so they've relied heavily on the spin of Avinash, Abdullah and Sid Jurani. Unfortunately for them, all of them have been expensive. On a wicket, that seem to be assisting the faster bowlers. They would have missed them quite a bit today. Down the track again, hammered away. Will be straight to the fielder. Will only be a single. As Jawad Ghani, who's batted brilliantly, 74 of 43. He'll be the one taking strike now. As Avinash pulls his third over, has been expensive. 24 runs in his 2 overs. This time he'll come over the wicket to the right-hander. 9 runs away from victory, our TVSL. Down the ground, flat, and 1 bounce into the fence. Well, this might just be over in the next few deliveries, because Jawad and Zishan Abid seem to be in a hurry to go home tonight. It's midnight here in Dubai. And it seems like we'll just finish this game with about 5 overs to spare. 5 runs away from victory now. 1 shot away. I'll hit that flat and hard, and once again down the ground. Another 4. 150 comes up for TVSL. And it's off the bat of Jawad Ghani again. And quite fittingly, it seems like he'll be the one scoring the winning runs. 1 run away are TVSL. Dubai Wanderers have had a forgetful evening with the ball in hand. The field will come up. Avinash Karia will deliver the last ball, and this has gone down the ground. 1 bounce back into the fence. An absolutely dominant performance. Finish with a 4, finish in style, and a dominant performance from TVSL. Ruthless, to say the least. Chased down this 151 with some ease in the end. Jawad Ghani, 86. And TVS winning that game by 9 wickets. Dubai Wanderers just didn't have the bowlers to defend the 151 that they made. And this game has finished quite early. In just 14.4 overs, TVSL have chased this down quite comfortably. Handshakes all around. And TVSL will maintain their record of being unbeaten in this tournament so far. Dubai Wanderers now, with this loss, it will be 2 losses on the trot for them. Yes, they've missed some of their key players, especially their bowlers. But they will only blame themselves. They could have bowled better. They could have held on to their catchers better. It would have been a different game altogether. But they will shake hands and accept defeat graciously. TVSL have every reason to celebrate. Bowled well. Batted very, very well. And they have certainly established their dominance here in the tournament. A strong side putting in a strong performance. Well, Saqib Mahmood was out early. Ethan D'Souza getting his wicket. But after that, it was the Jawad and Zishan show. Jawad, the senior man, scoring 86 or 46. Some delightful shots in that. Especially that 1-6 that was lofted over covers was my favourite. And then Zishan Abid with those cheeky shots behind the wickets. And a very busy cricketer scoring 59 of 36 with 9 extras. TVSL getting to the finish line inside the 15th over. All of the bowlers were expensive except for Danny Pawson, who bowled 3, gave away 22 runs, but everyone else going for quite a few. Ethan D'Souza being the lone wicket taker, but bowling only 1 over. So forgetful evening for Dubai Wanderers with their bowlers. Well, Ethan D'Souza picked up a wicket early on after he got to hit for 2 fours. That was the wicket of Saqib Mahmood. But after that, Zishan Abid walked in, combined with Jawad Ghani, and it was one shot after the other. Through the offside, through the leg side, down the ground. And that shot especially from Zishan Abid, where he kept picking them up and hitting them behind fine leg, was just delightful to watch. His wrist action was just perfect. That was a shot of the evening for me. A pick-up shot for 6 over covers. Abdullah Kayani, their best bowler, just not being able to make a difference, make a contribution. And the big boundaries just kept coming. One shot after the other. They sped to their target with relative ease, Jawad and Zishan. And in the end won the game with more than 5 overs to spare. Avinash with that last over getting hit for 3 boundaries on the trot. It was an easy win for TVSL as they march home, winning the game by 9 wickets. Dubai Wanderers, after having batted first, amassed 151 for it, thanks to a very nice knock from Ethan D'Souza, 60 or 47 for him. Danny Pawson contributing with 32. Ubaidullah, the pick of the bowlers, 3 for 35 for him. And in reply, Vision Sheeping making it all too easy. Jawad Ghani with 86 and Zishan Abid with 59 of 36. They get to their total in just 14.5 overs. Ethan D'Souza, the lone wicket taker. TVSL winning the game by 9 wickets. We'll be back shortly with the post-match presentation. Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony of yet another encounter of the ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League 2024. We had two good teams, two top-of-the-table teams taking each other on. TVSL versus Dubai Wanderers is what we had today. Before we move on and announce the match result and the player of the match, we'd like to quickly thank our sponsors, the tournament organizer, ICCA Academy, this awesome venue where we are having this tournament. The streaming partner, Fan Code, our support sponsors, 7 Districts, our YouTube streaming partner, Cricfit, and of course our broadcast and event partner, Sport Ethics. This was match number 33, TVSL versus Dubai Wanderers. It promised to be a good one. TVSL won the toss and elected to bowl first. They restricted Dubai Wanderers to 151 for 8 in their 20 overs. We thought it's going to be a close game given the conditions being bowler friendly. However, in reply, TVSL got to their target very quickly with 9 wickets in hand and 5 overs to spare. I've got with me Mr. Tehseen Javed, our match referee today. Thank you, sir, for joining us. He will be giving away our Arsook.com Player of the Match Award, and our Player of the Match Award today for his wonderful 86 of 46 is none other than Jawad Ghani, the senior man from the Vision Shipping team. A super inning from him, thoroughly enjoyable, full of fantastic shots all around the ground. जवाद एक और भी है वो भी लेके आएंगे. We've got our Arsook.com hamper for you thanks to our generous sponsors. Jawad, 150 runs on the board. What was the discussion in the dressing room at the halfway stage?
Honestly speaking, no discussion. Saqib said just go enjoy yourself, so really enjoyed myself inside there.
And it seemed like you were enjoying yourself, some really good looking shots. How's the form? It seems like you've been putting a lot of work in your batting.
Yeah, I've been practicing recently for last 30 days, so it paid off today.